Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question tonight: should they recast Gabi Hernandez on Days of Our Lives? Recast can be very tough for so many different reasons. I'm looking at the people that they've recast so far. Christina, I'm not really too sure about her. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not fully on board. I'm not. And Gabby has been doing this for like 10 years or longer. So, would you want to sit there and see her get recast? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, General Hospital it was boring, to sit there and put it lightly. Kyrie's Clark, how you doing tonight, my friend? Thank you for joining. Hope you had a great day. Got this. I also got my noodles too. I don't know. Let's see where we are on the board. Ooh, looks good. Looks really good. Recast can be very, very tough. Be very tough. CW, greetings and salutations, my friend. Thank you for joining. Autumn says, "Hey, I have another day filled with Ninaisms. I'm over it. It will be interesting. It will be an interesting storyline if Sunny was setting this whole thing up for Nina to expose herself. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. But that's just how Nina is, though. Now she's spent there trying to gaslight Sunny, like, oh, you think that Carly would sit there and turn against you? Like, what? Darby's in the chat. What's good, Darby? Thank you for joining. Harry says, Jocelyn is such a witch. One letter off like usual. Who is she questioning? Exactly. I was like, what are you doing here? I was like, bro, you do realize that, yeah, he gave Carly that house, but that is technically still his house. And how rude is that? What are you doing here? Like, all right. Jocelyn, little stink ass attitude. De Havlin is in the chat. What's good, De Havlin? Albert and everyone have a great Memorial Weekend. You too. You too. You too, my friend. Oh, Kyrie's, I think you kind of cut out a little bit early yesterday. We were getting into it, and I don't want to sit there and say you missed all the fun, but you kind of missed some stuff that was going on. We're gonna get into it. Listen. Oh, Laura B's in the chat. What's good, Laura B? In the hotline. I don't want to get to a point where I have to sit there and say this in the beginning. I feel like, ooh, set that right there. Darby's in the chat. What's good, Darby? And Laura B's in the chat. How you doing, Laura? Elise is in the chat. Had to come on tonight to pick a bone with you. Hey, Albert. Okay. What is the bone you would like to sit there and what would you like to sit there and discuss, Alicia? What kind of bone do you actually have to pick with me? Very curious. Solomon's in the chat. It actually has been a while. It has been a while. Are we almost reaching? Oh, God. That's so good. Oh, ice cream should never taste this good. Jesus Christ. I feel like I have way too much food right now. I'm going to eat all of it. Makai's in the chat. What's good, Makai? De Havilland said, oh, and I saw you in James' live stream earlier. De Havilland said Diane was not having what Crazy Nina said. Exactly. It was like, is there somebody in your life that's special? I was like, bro, we ain't friends. How you sent to ask me my personal business? CW says it was good to see Cameron Return to YNR. Linda, the actor that plays him, is the real. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, Diane Jenkins. Yes. Yeah, James is meant to talk about that today. I mean, he kind of spoiled it for me today, but whatever. I guess he must have actually saw it. He must have saw it yesterday. Because when I went on his live stream, he was like, "Oh, I called it." And I was like, "Called what?" Then he said what it was, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, it was a surprise, but whatever." It was fine because I still didn't know who he was. Someone says Tucker has been pissing me off lately, and why not? He could just sit there in silence, and I would be beyond irk. Police said the light bulb that went off on Nina's dim head when she realized that she not only screwed Carly and Drew, but yes, you know what? You're absolutely right. No, that's actually very true. I totally did forget about that. It was such a boring episode that. Oh, definitely, I did not forget the wine. But you are 100% right. I did really, man. This must have been a really bad episode because and that was such a major part. I sat there for a good 20 minutes and they're trying to think about what to say. Curry says, "Here's a spoiler alert for the Bold and the Beautiful. Taylor gonna turn on doorknob. Oh, proof, proof effing broke. Yeah, she's tired of her garbage. You're gonna sit there and be two faced, and then you're gonna practically. But again, I feel like she should also be going after Hope for the stuff that she said. Hmm. Mm-mm. Damn. Darby says, "I want to say that I have misgivings about Dave moving to Peacock, but now I'm glad that the show is back and now regular TV and be printed by news and other crap like the other show." I agree. Well, I mean, I never had like doubts and stuff like that. Now I never misgivings or anything, but I just knew it was going to be better. I knew it was going to be better because we're still sitting there dealing with that on GH. This week we had an interruption. We had an interruption this week, so I'm personally good. And I'll tell you, they don't actually have to go to a full hour. They can go 38 minutes. They can go 32 minutes. They can go 40 minutes. They don't have to sit there and just jam pack it with just BS. Kyrie says Brooke is right. Everyone else is wrong. Brad Bell needs to just beat his. uh, Joshua's in the chat. What's good, Joshua? How you doing, my friend? Kyrie says Brooke is. Oh, never mind. Elise said, in addition, she ran off to the Metro Court to blab to Olivia she needs some mob lessons. Maybe Carly can school her. Yeah, I told her that. Yeah, man, this episode. You're right. You're 100% right. I think I was also distracted by the fact that Olivia, for some odd reason, still believes that Ned turned them in, turned both of them in, even though it was like damn near up to a year before that happened. But yeah, Graham's TV's in the chat. What's good, Graham's TV? Autumn says, what's hilarious? I remember when Diane and Nina were talking. Nina like, "Oh, you anyone special in your life?" And Diane was like, it's none of your business." And thinking like, I don't know exactly. Like we ain't friends. Boo boo, we ain't friends. What are you talking about? I thought it was funny too. I was also just like, why isn't they trying to like you're asking her questions and stuff like that? Like, oh, could I sue the hospital? Could I do this? Could I do that? I'm like, oh, she doesn't want to talk to you. Okay. Unless you're like, let's put it this way. You have to pay her to talk to her at this point. Cause, like, no. Because, like, no. All right. So what does everyone think about the new Christina on General Hospital? What does everyone think about the new Christina Davis or Corentos or whatever the hell she wants to sit there and call herself? What does everyone think? The guy said, I still don't understand the point of Phyllis faking her death. I feel like at this point they kind of wrote this stuff into a corner. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. I was so annoyed with Summer today, like I usually am. Just feeding and enabling um uh, Phyllis on her BS. Devlin said, I heard a spoiler that Cam bringing his new girlfriend to Port Charles and Jocelyn is jealous of her, as she should be. No, 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 no. I mean, I'm happy that she's jealous, but she really shouldn't be. But I'll tell you what, though, if she's jealous, I'm going to sit there and roast her ass like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to roast her ass like there's no tomorrow. Elise said, this is the thing. What do you think Olivia is going to do when she finds out that Nina is the snake in the grass? She's probably going to want to sit there and go all Ben style on her ass. That's what she's going to want to do. She's going to want to sit there and go all Ben style on her ass. But she's also is going to have to humbly apologize to Ned. Carrie says she's the same. I don't see the big deal so far. Someone says in Josh, wet dream is Ashley telling Diane off and having in the Abbott's living room afterward. I bet Josh. Wow. Okay. We getting saucy tonight. Darby says I don't know yet about the new Christine. I'm not fully on board to be honest. I'm not on board. I'm gonna be honest. I thought about it today, and it was like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not just saying she's doing a bad job. I'm just not. Hmm, just don't know. Not with it yet. Alicia said Olivia can't remain partners with Delusion. Well, technically, she already is partners with Delusion. Graham's TV says still trying to unsee Abby in Port Charles. I think she's okay, trying to give it time. Yeah, I get it. I'm not fully with it. Makai said Cheese has a new Molly too. Yeah. You know what? And I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't. I'm feeling. Here's the thing. I'm feeling her more than I'm feeling Christina. And I think part of me may be feeling her more because I like Kelly anymore. So maybe I'm giving her. Maybe on a psychological level. Maybe on a psychological level, I'm giving her more of a chance um, than I should be, just because I don't like that chick. Um, Haley something. Harry says, if I was Ned, Olivia's stuff be out the door. Yes, out on the streets. Just take all those clothes and just start chucking it. See which clothes you can sit there and throw the feathers. Autumn says, yeah, honestly, Olivia can't remain partners with Nina. She proves she's a snake. She might as well see the Metro Court come back to Carly. Hmm. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and say maybe Olivia could sit there and run it, but I guess it's just too hard to sit there and do with one person. Solomon says, I wish Devon's mom will return on a regular basis. Storyline they could create would with her would be countless. I'm assuming she was the first harmony, right, Solomon? Autumn says not on the door. Curry's Clark. Ariana says, "Hey, I made it back safely. I'm glad you made it back safely. It's really good to see you. You know what, Nate? I think everything was good except for General Hospital. To be honest, everything was good except for General Hospital. General Hospital was the one show that was lacking. But it's really good to see Ariana, and I'm glad that you're back. Dolly's in the chat was good, Dolly. Yeah, me too. They can finally get this dreadful, sad storyline moving forward. Yeah, I honestly tell you, I felt like Gage was literally in last place, and listen, when I was actually having more fun watching B&B, you messed up. Alicia said Gage was good. Damn it. Which part? I mean, I mean, no, no, no. Which part? Because I might have missed something. I don't know what I missed. I must have missed something. I mean, was it? Should I took a drink before I watched it? I'm genuinely curious. Curry says, "Yep, Ned is a singer. He should be singing Beyonce." Irreplaceable to Olivia, to the left, to the left. Out the box to the left. Ariana says, "I've been watching Wine on B&B. I've been liking B&B's last 2 days. Yeah, I, they actually been doing good." Autumn says, "Honestly, Albert B&B was so damn annoying today. Liam, blah blah blah. Thomas, hope is full of ish. I mean, Hope put on those Hope put on those tears. She started playing victim. Next thing you know, Liam was like, "Okay, all right, it's fine. Let's hug it out." Like, really? Darby says, "If Olivia can't be." Darby says, "If Olivia can't be all in with her husband, Ned, then Olivia should just be out the family and with her poor friend like Carly and Drew." Well, technically, Drew still got money. Carly, on the other hand, Carly may have to sit there and be packing some PB&Js for the next couple of days, which peanut butter and jelly is good. Joshua says, "Yeah, bringing back Cameron, Sharon Stalker, OMG. This is bringing back." Here's the thing, Joshua. I hope it's good. Okay, I hope it's good because I felt like in a lot of ways, um, I felt like in a lot of ways, Jeremy in some ways let me down, and I just don't know. I don't know if they could really sit there and deliver. They better deliver, okay? Because Jeremy Stark was supposed to be this big baddie, and it was just like, eh. Ariana says, "Hope is still a prize, and Liam is a fool." Hmm? Yeah. Listen, peanut butter and jellies is good. Peanut butter and jelly is good. Last day is in the chat. Was good last day. Ron says, "Good night, Albert. Have not enjoyed B&B because of repetitive." Yeah, but I would sit there and say the last two episodes actually been good. Carrie says, "Who got in what after I left the chat yesterday?" Um, uh, I think they just we both know who this person is, Carrie's, You haven't been in the chat in a while. You haven't been in chat in a while. I came back, and yeah, starts with an A. I put it that much. Ah, screw it. It was AJ. I'm sorry, but I had to sit there and say that. It just, it was one of those things where it's like, it. I hate to sit there point that out, but it just seemed like it got a little. It's why I feel like I need to sit there and drink to sit there and have this conversation. But I wish I didn't have to clap for that. I mean, dead ass serious. Ariana says peanut butter and jelly will make. Listen, I am not mad about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Hell, I actually feel like I may want to actually have something this week, and yes, Kyrie's unfortunately it was. It was just one of those things where it's like it wasn't that serious, you know. There's no reality. It was like her plan was her plan was going to backfire, and it's counterproductive to the character. And I think that's what they're trying to get at, you know. Because it made it seem like she tried to make it seem like we were lambasting Nina, and it's like we're not really lambasting her. We're sitting there pointing out the giant flaw that she has in her plan, which is going to go against her. So, Davlin says, in my opinion, Crazy Nina and Carly should just fight it out at this point. I know that's exactly what Brock always says. Brock always then says that. Please say, raise your hands if you think Nina will be a good mob mole. Last day was Nina trying to be friends. Yep, she was. I don't know what the hell that was about. Makai says, "I be you clapping like reminds me of what Philly." But it was true. It was true, Makai. That's the thing. And I wish I didn't actually have to sit there and clap or something like that. But yes, last day it seemed like she was for some odd reason, which I didn't understand why. She was all like, "Do you have somebody special in your life that you care about?" And it was like, it's none of your business. But yeah, Makai, unfortunately, I wish I didn't actually have to do that. Alicia says, raise your hands if you think Nita will be the reason Sunny will end up in jail. Oh, now CW says, amazing how every time Nina does something to get back at Carly always backfires. Yeah, and this one is going to be even worse. Ariana says, Albert, you and several people tried to explain in so many different ways that was making me drink. It was so worse than you're just trying to explain how it's going to backfire on her. All right, that's fine. But then it was just like it also just wasn't really that serious. Like it really wasn't that serious. Davin Stopper, do you think that Josh and Dex make a good couple? I'm not really a couple, like really couple kind of guy. So, but if I had to sit there and choose between them and Sprina, I'm going to choose them every time. I'll tell you that much. I will take Josh and Dex 7 days a week before I take uh Sprina just to kind of shorten it. Ron's in the chat missed days of velocity. Albert, what went on today? I'll have to tell you just watch my review because it's going to take too long to sit there and kind of just go through it. So just watch. I actually posted it up. So Samuel's in the chat. I've been gone, had to go on a work trip out of state. Okay. How was your work trip, Samuel? Let's everyone say what's up to Big Samuel. We'll move here. Samuel says, I'm behind on GH. Well, just to cut it short, Nina's plan is going to backfire on her. Nina's plan is going to backfire on her, and it's going to be epic. Anyway, Samuel, I hope you had a good work trip. Oh no, that sounds kind of cool though. That you had a work trip like out of state. I don't know why, but I was really missing. Oh, I'll go back to the ice cream in a minute. Wow, I actually got a giant ass gulp of it. And Netta is in the chat. What's good, Netta? Samuel says, "Well, I went to Las Vegas, but it was mostly work rather than fun, so it was work." Um, I don't know. You know what it is, Samuel. I don't really travel too often, so it's like the fact that you're like, you're traveling to Vegas and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I get it's not like work, it's not like fun, but I don't know. I guess just the idea of traveling would be kind of cool. Like, even if it was for work. Alicia said only young people can drink wine, eat ice cream, and sing. Oh, and I got the noodles. So I have one little. Oof. I mean, Alicia, what do they don't go well together or something for some people? Is that it? I mean, have my first drink of the night, which is like 20 something minutes in. Yep, I'm definitely picking up another one tomorrow. The guy says I want to see Nina get all the smoke from Sunny when he finds out what she did. He used to go in on Carly about betrayal. I'm waiting for that too. Darby said, "Look at Albert smiling a cat like a wine connoisseur." It's just something about that first. Okay, that sounds actually kind of bad. Something about that first whiff of wine that's just like, oh. Plus, this wine is really good. And if any luck, tomorrow I'm gonna have more of that wine. I think the thing is the trick is because I'm going to a barbecue tomorrow, and the trick is to try not to get too drunk because I really want to. Valerie says, they need to end this strike. Yeah, I mean, when the studios actually, I feel like at this point, the studios are just counting on, um, I feel like at this point, they must be counting on AIs to write their stories. Because I don't understand. It's like, if the writers don't write, then they don't get money. So, like, how is that even? Well, Davlin says we have 2 weeks before we start getting repeats at General Hospital because of the strike. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to sit there and try to enact my plan a little bit earlier then. Okay. Ron says, I bet Maurice already said that he doesn't want the Carly character. Oh yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, we already know that. Yeah, and I agree with that too. Ron, Gabi says go to a liquor store early because it will be. Oh yes, I told. Thank you. You are right. Thank you, Darby. Oh yeah, I feel like I may actually have to get like. I mean, I support them too, Alicia. I'm just well. I look at it this way. I feel like I'm not even gonna get into what I got into last time. But what I will sit there and say this much. Because I'm not gonna get into a headache about the last time we talked about that. But what I will sit there and say is I feel like the studios must be counting on AI support because what they're asking for isn't much. It isn't much. Um, and what I don't understand is like if they're on strike, if they're on strike, then the shows don't get made. And if the shows don't get made, then it's not really gonna matter. So like why don't they just give them what they want? CW says all the writers except for Brad Brown. Nate said to answer your question, Gabby should recast, but not too soon. Wait, what? No, no, not that. Now Samuel says actually the head writer is still writing. What? Whoa, are you serious? Samuel says I don't think Why Not will be showing reruns. Wait. See, this is actually like I'm happy to drink now because yeah, I'm just like they just assume that the AIs are going to be writing. I don't understand. Like, wait, what? Are you serious, Samuel? Is this? I mean, now Samuel says the head writer at Why Not is writing it by himself. No, I get that, but is he even? I mean, is he even allowed to write? Like, what? I, okay, I'm not. Now Lisa says if the head writer is in a union, he cannot still be right. That's exactly what I was sitting there wondering. That's exactly why I was like, wait, what do you mean like he's still writing? Like, but that's what I thought though too, Alicia. Nate said Josh is the EP and head writer on Y&R. Samuel says yes, I bet he fired his team before the strike. Now Lisa said not sure. I believe that is true. Hmm. No, I mean yeah, no, I remember that much, Samuel. I just didn't know that he could. I don't know if he. It's like Alicia said. I don't know if he actually could be writing. If he can still be writing, but yes, hit that like button. That is free. It actually really does. And Gemini. How are you doing, my friend? I totally forgot about that. I feel like I'm gonna be so screwed. I mean, if I have to, I'll just sit there and just get a bottle of wine from the I just get a bottle of wine from the barbecue, but I am yeah. God damn it! I knew I forgot something. At least I know a little something about the unions. You too, Gemini. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Ron says, Albert, this is why I like Ron on Days of Live. He's the best hair writer on daytime. On daytime, he's the best hair writer on daytime TV. Yep, you just wrote that on top. Where the hell we are? Okay, so we got 13 likes. We got 25 people in the chat. So if you want to join the stream, hit the like button. Please it and get it delivered. I mean the wine? Are you talking about that? Because I mean, there's a wine place like literally. Um, there's a wine place literally down my hmm, There's a wine place literally down my house. You know, all right. I gotta be honest. For a hot minute, I got kind of nervous. Like, oh my god, what am I gonna sit there and do? And then I'm just like, wait, it's a wine place. They have tons of wine. If I can't get this one for some odd reason, then there's like about 500 different types of wines that I can sit there and get. Oh, okay. At least said you can order it online. Okay. Hmm. Actually, not a bad idea. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I need to start doing that with food though too, and have it delivered. Nate says I like RC as a writer, but he always seems to repeat certain storylines. He needs a co-head writer. No, thank you, Alicia, for giving me that idea. Gemini says Nina telling Olivia about Sonny and Carly SEC situation is low even for her. Gemini, I've come to expect that she is just she's very Looney Tunes, okay? So I'm not even really too surprised. Now Samuel says I doubt if Josh is in the union because he also receives EP credit, and if he is not using he's not used to not losing the EP credit. Hmm. I guess we're all gonna find out then. That's very interesting. Ron says, I know you agreed to me, but I miss my girl Sheila. Just let her out because the show is boring and nothing is interesting. Mm, I mean, I like Sheila, but I wouldn't sit there and say nothing's interesting. Like today's episode was actually interesting. No, it was actually more interesting than GH, which is man. Gemini says Josh is too rude even for her own good. Yeah, but I mean that's just how Josh is, though. Josh comes in with her little nasty ass attitude, and it's kind of like this is what I expect from Josh a lot of times. Police said there is no low for Nina. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that, Alicia. Ariana said ordering online and have it delivered to you. Darby says get it delivered. Does Albert look like he has? Does Albert look like he's made of money? Food delivery is expensive nowadays. Trust me. Get up and get it yourself. I mean, yeah, with the wine places like right down the street, but like certain other places, I may try every now and then. Not often, but every now and then. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel like it's so close to me, like it's literally across the street from my place that it's more or less. Okay, it's like a block away from my house. Simon says Ron is a good writer, but he needs someone to help him rein in the cartoonish vibes he can get He can give soap operas some. He can give soap operas sometimes. You mean what? You mean like the possession storylines and stuff, or like Gemini said Josh would have gotten her feelings hurt because if you want to act grown, I will check you like an adult. Yeah, no, exactly. I was like, yo, listen, Kyrie's Gemini's not wrong. Autumn says, is that okay? Alicia said Albert looks like $1 million. What do you no, but I mean I get what you're saying though. It can be kind of expensive, with the delivery fee and then the tips and everything. Like my friend does it because there's not really a lot of places around him that he can just like go to the store and get. For me personally, it's everything is very close to me. So Simmons says no, it's not necessary. The storylines, it's the stuff he will have the characters do in certain moments and times during the storyline. Okay. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Sammy. I felt like you're needed. You were here's the thing, Sammy. You were needed in the chat yesterday. You were needed in the chat yesterday. It's for a Nina fan, you were needed in the chat yesterday because Nina was getting her ass roasted, and it was pretty much like only one person that was meant to try and defend Nina. So you were definitely needed. Parents says Albert looks fine and grown. Agreed. Thank you, Ariana. I mean Ariana. Thank you so much. What would I do without you in the chat, Ariana? Simon says like the possession storyline should have had been more scary than comedic. The first go around was actually pretty scary. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, Sammy. I did go back to watch the first one. I was like, yo, this is straight up. I was like, yo, this is like Exorcist level. You have a point. Oh, Sammy, you actually I mean, granted, I still didn't enjoy the storyline, but I do get what you're saying now. No, seriously, Ariana, thank you. Devlin says if a lot of people complain about Crazy Nina and Sunny being together, then Sunny will have a new love person. Um, Not if Maurice Menard doesn't want it. Autumn says from Jason, where's Jason when you need him? Because he keeps it real. If Jason was there, I genuinely believe Sunny would listen to. Autumn. See, that's the thing. Maybe in the soap line, in the soap storyline, but Maurice Bernard is a different situation because at least Maurice Bernard, I feel like is responsible for this whole getting together with Nina and being in a relationship with her. So for storyline purposes, Autumn, you have a point, but for outside of that, yeah. Darby says, Alicia, are you Darby said, Alicia, are you Albert's accountant just because he looks like well, thank you, Darby. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alicia, Nina at this point is indefensible. I really don't care if they are together. They deserve each other. Oh, Alicia, if you would have been in the chat yesterday, it would have been crazy. Carrie says, I would have told Jocelyn what I'm doing here is minding my business. You bleach blonde. You bleach blonde, ashy foot. Uh, and see, this is why I say this is the best part of my day. Samuel says, I can see that Josh is trying to bring YNR back home to where it used to be. It sounds and looking more like YNR I remember from the 90s to 2000s. Okay. Yeah, Sam, you've been watching it for a while, right? Jimmy says the original Brenda said they could have recasted her, so bring on a new Brenda. See, like I said, yeah, my boy Kyrie's don't play, and I love that. And he is definitely right about the Ashley feet, because I can attest to that. I saw that firsthand. I was like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? Um, Ariana says Maurice Bernard has a lot of Paul and J's. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, yo, listen. Because Autumn is true about her ashy ass foot. No, her ashy ass feet. Screw that. Listen, we all had to sit there and witness that, and that was bad enough. So Kyrie definitely has a damn point, unfortunately. Now, Simon says I've been watching CBS soap since I was a little boy. Oh, okay, wow, okay. Yeah, Sam, you definitely sound like you on point with these shows. Then, well, with the CBS stuff. Very interesting. Damn. Ryan says I just realized that the fake. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Ron. At some point, that's going to happen. Okay? They're going to sit there. Whoever this person is, they're going to get a new screen name. But this time, I'm going to sit there and try to do a lot better as far as blocking them. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, crazy stuff happened this week. Crazy ass stuff happened this week. Had people sitting there taking stuff too far. Had trolls coming in and acting like a damn fool. I think that's about it. Oh, what am I doing? Her says that would be keyword stepdaughter, not my daughter. Even if she was my daughter, she still. Yeah, well, yeah. Damon's in the chat. What's good, Damon? I need something else. Damon, how have you been? Yep, that's very true, Ron. You know how those people get at times. Damon, it's been a hot minute. How have you been, my friend? Yeah, Sammy, you've been watching days longer than I've been watching what you call it. GH definitely. Because I only started GH when I was in high school. Damon said just busy, but I'm good. Well, you have been missed, so thank you for coming back. Last day says how about I took a week off of B&B to review to organize my room, but from what I've seen, don't think I missed much. Did I miss any? Today was actually pretty good. Last day today was actually pretty good. So if you get a chance last day, at least watch today's episode. Gemini says Carly would be in federal minimum security prison. But the thing is, because Sunny has enemies, they can get to her. That's the thing, they can get to her. Now, Damon said her Heather's. Yeah, I heard about that too. Jimmy says, but no soap opera right now is extremely good. Yeah, I say I feel like it's not extremely good, but it's good. If that makes sense. Some of them are good. Tracy Steves is in the chat. What's good, Tracy Steve? Tracy Steve, he was also on James Live today. You know what it is? I recognize some people from my live stream. So whenever I see like Keisha or Blackmon or you know Kai and stuff like that, Ron. Yesterday, I mean, Ron says Albert they are horrible with the actress playing Nina and Carly. Yeah, talking about smacking people and everything. No, I get that. Now, at least as I used to watch days, I remember when Stefano came to town, but I had to drop soap because of law school and I chose GH. I got you. You know, it's funny. After a while, I just chose GH out of all the other shows. Becky D's in the chat. What's good, Becky D? Let's everyone say what's up to Becky D. Um, Simon says, "Oh, I watched GH off and on as a little boy to see what it was about, but it never kept my attention like the other shows. I started getting into it once my shows were canceled. Oh, okay, so that was it was the backup plan." Darby says, "Albert, is Phyllis going to jail or a mental?" Yo, listen, they both belong in a mental damn hospital at this point. Becky D said, "Hi everybody, I'm not as late as usual." Listen, Becky D, when you're here, you're on time. And I appreciate that. Jamie says Phyllis ain't going other place if you know the show of why not Phyllis never pays for what she does, and if she does, it won't be for long. Hmm. Terry says my videos will return probably in August or September once my transformation is complete enough. All right. I feel like yeah, you know, as a type two, Kyrie, if you come back around August, it'll be right around my birthday because it'll be in August, so that'd be interesting. But you've been so busy, Kyrie. You just been killing it, you know. Books, plan on doing a movie, which is like Ari Hannah said, I think no matter the facility, Carly may be sent to Sunny, maybe sent to Sunny. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I was saying. Like his enemies will sit there and try her. His enemies will sit there and try her. Like dead ass serious. This is what the air has Michael and Josh don't understand. Lisa, I used to watch Another World. I remember when came on as a kid. Wow. Becky D, it's good to see you. Black Mod's in the chat. No, it's all good. Listen, when you're here, you're on time. You know, it's really funny. I could have swore that you were actually already in here. I don't know why, but I could have swore you was actually already in here. Though. Last days out, I will probably have some time tomorrow to watch next week. New review will be back. It's been 1 month since my first review. I can't believe how far I've come since April. But you've been doing a good job last day. You've been doing a really good job. Gemini said I've watched Why Not or Weakness. Yeah, she is. Well, she came back today. Jess is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Jess. How are you doing, Jess? Hope you had a great day. Jess, what did you thought of General Hospital today? What did you thought of General Hospital today? That's right. Let's say what's up to Jess. But yes, Gemini, she came back today. Ron said someone made a rumor online. They said when Sheila gets out of jail, eventually she might be 3 months. Are you run, run. Run. The hell are you talking about? Run. Cat lady's in the chat. What's good, cat lady? You got Ron Smith here talking about Sheila's gonna get pregnant because for some odd reason that makes sense. Now, CW says GH was a major snooze fest. Just says GH was pretty boring for a Friday. Exactly. It didn't feel like a Friday. It felt like a damn Tuesday. It felt like a damn Tuesday. It really did. Laura B says, "Are you sure it's not you, Ron?" Yeah, listen, I don't understand what is it about Ron that wants Sheila to have a baby at 700 something years old. But I'm like, bro, bro, come on, bro. Damon says, who will be the next villain on GH? I mean, they got the Pikeman thing. Now, Cat Lady says, I don't like the new Molly. Sorry, I can't. I felt like I don't think she's the worst. I'm not feeling Christina. I feel like I was only feeling Molly a little bit more because of, Haley and everything. Oh, Cat Lady, what do you think of, the new Christina? Ron says, Albert, the only thing that GH will win this year tracking up. I was going to ask you a question, Ron, but I can't even remember what it is. I'm already out. Ugh. Harry says it wasn't that type Tuesday. I would have enjoyed this episode more fast. This episode more, less fast forward. I felt like it was a slow ass episode. I really did. And Cat Lady, what do you think of the new Christina? Solomon says next step for YNR will be to bring back Sheila Carter and her daughter Daisy. Imagine the suspense if Michael were to have a heart attack and Lauren ran into Sheila at the hospital. Calculator says new Christine does look a bit older, just like you said, Albert, but because she's a bit shorter, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, she does seem like she drives some of that energy. I don't know about the casting, to be honest. I really don't. I think the only reason I'm more okay with Molly, the actress that's playing Molly, is because of Haley. Damon says new Christina and Sammy look so much alike. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I do. I just, I wish I could sit there and say I actually cared that they look more like sisters, but I don't. Ariana said I don't care about either Molly or Christina. Don't care who the actress. Don't care who the actress are. So the character. So okay. Yeah, I'm kind of like. Tyler says it's like GH just said yes, we'll take them. I'm not too crazy about it. I'm not too crazy about the new Christina. I feel like she's older and she's not terrible. Like I know the actress is I feel like she's channeling some of her Christina's like impulsive energy. So I'm not, you know, I think the actress is trying to do her best, but eh. Sharon says Mr. Bostic should apply for AOL mail. Yes, that's random. Spiderquake's in the chat. What's good, Spiderquake? Carrie says, I'm sure you wouldn't agree to an interview with Haley, would you? No, 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 I would not. You know, the sad thing is that I'm pretty sure if I did an interview with her, I would get like maybe more views and stuff. But you know what? I wouldn't do it based off of principle. I wouldn't do it based off of principle. Like Craig, this new Christina should play Brit and not Christina. Hmm. Spike Quick, I don't think that you're entirely wrong. I can see more Brit than I can see Christina. That's no. Drink the whole damn. No, this bottle didn't even last a whole damn week. Spike Quick said, I mean, Solomon says, could you imagine Daniel and Solomon eating at society and being distracted by Daisy, sitting at one end of the table, checking out Daniel? You know what? I don't know who Daisy is. Carrie says, I'll be telling her about herself, so I don't think it will go past 4 minutes. I, hmm, I just don't think I would do it. Have a good night, Alicia. Stay safe throughout the holiday. It was really great to see you in the chat. Like, seriously, it was. CW says, I'm willing to give Kate enough time to show what she can do. It took me a while to accept Tamara as Carly when Sarah left. Hmm, that's a good attitude. She said that next stream should be about Black Plague. No, I don't do race talk. I don't do race talk. Last days, I agree, Albert. She is trying her best. I show her screen to my mom, and she said, "What Abigail?" Yeah, I know. That's interesting. I know she's trying her best. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. You know, sometimes you can just feel it, or sometimes you just won't be able to feel it. It's just I don't feel it. Thomas says, Robert Daisy is Sheila's daughter who had a child with Daniel and Wynora. Long story short, child is Luke. Oh, what? What? Now, Spike Quake says Aubrey don't want to get canceled. It's not that I don't want to get canceled. I just, you know what? Here's the thing. I know how it's not about getting canceled. It's about dealing with a headache. I don't like dealing with headaches because I'll say something and people will be like, "Oh, well, I don't agree with you." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine," but it's not so much about agreeing to disagree. It's how heated the argument can get. And so that's why I'm just like, I would have rather not go there. Because I know, like with soap operas and stuff like that, if you get heated in a conversation, I'm just like, I don't really care. These are fictional characters. But race is something a little bit different. Um, Someone says, our Daisy is Sheila's daughter who had a child with Daniel. Why not? Long story short, child is Lucy. So, okay. So who's, okay, has it, no. Okay, so now I'm confused. Um, so isn't Heather Lucy's child? I mean, isn't Heather's Lucy's mother? Is that her stepmother then? I'm very curious. Is that her stepmother? Now I want to know. Harry says most of my rants will be about her $400. I'm like, itch my shirt costs $10. You bootleg heifer, they need to give her the max. They do. Need to give her the goddamn max. I want to slam my hand harder on the table, but I didn't want to break it. CW says I think it would make things interesting. Arnold says when Sonny finds out what Nina did, what do you think he's going to do? Kick her to the damn curb, hopefully. That's what he should do. But Maurice Bernard, on the other hand, is well, you know. Carrie says Heather adopt. Oh, okay. All right, thank you. And I think Gemini says Lucy is Sheila's granddaughter. Heather is not. Okay. Right, Grace says I know you're not talking about GH Heather. No. It's a different Heather. Um, this is Wine Artist Heather. CW says Heather adopted Lucy when she married Daniel. Okay. Autumn, they did. They sent her to rehab, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I think that's a very good step. I'm also like, I think she should probably be in jail. So, there's that. At the very least, I think whoever the person that got hurt should definitely, sue her. So I'll say that much. Um, yeah, they did send her to rehab. So, someone says, doesn't even remember when the actress from My Children was playing Heather. She was horrible. How was she horrible, Solomon? I'm very curious about that. You mean what? You mean like the actress was horrible, like a horrible person, or do you mean like what do you mean by that? So last day says, Albert, how do you about watching Molly after here's the thing. I can separate as weird as it is, I can separate the actress from the act from I can separate the actress from the character. But see, that's the question last day. This is why I'm sitting there wondering if she should be on the show because a lot of people can't do that. Gemini says Sonny is going to really be. Oh yeah, he's going to kick her to the curb as he should. Jess says honestly, no. Jess said I honestly miss half. Jess said I honestly missed like half of today's episode and didn't even bother to rewatch it. Yeah, there was no point. It was boring. I don't blame you. Now hold on. Let me take my sip. Let me take my sip because I feel like I'm about to read something. Shine says, "Are you thinking of starting a Patreon?" No, Shine, because I have the YouTube membership thing. There's no point in me getting Patreon if I got the YouTube members. YouTube membership is pretty much like Patreon, except for it's a lot more convenient. So, okay, hold on. Spiker says, "I don't think Sunny and Nina should break up because Carly done way worse, and Sunny still stuck by her when they were together." I guess I need to take a drink on that one. Yeah, but you're sending them, on some extent, yes, but you're also sending the mother of his children to jail, right? And Solomon, Nina said the same thing, and I feel like that's very delusional thinking to some extent. Solomon says the actress was horrible as Heather. I think her name was Eden. The people in charge at Why Not Time had a weird obsession with hiring all much. Okay, okay, um, okay. So her act, his her acting was horrible. Okay, I thought she was just a horrible person. Carrie says I fast forward everything about Willow. I had it with it. It's very dreary, and I think that's the problem. It's very sad and dreary. Now Jess says Nina and Sonny should break up for multiple reasons, and this one will be the last straw. Yeah, I'm like, you are literally sending the mother of his children um to jail, or over spitefulness. You know what I feel like. I feel like if Sonny doesn't kick Nina to the curb, then that's just be one more negative point. It'd be one more thing was like, yep, um, that'd just be one more thing and be like, what the hell are you doing, Sonny? Now Shannon says, may think of creating a Patreon. So, okay. I think that, I mean, that'd be a good idea. I'll be for it. Ariana said, I'm really glad it's YouTube membership. No, I am too. Thank you, Ariana. I am too. I feel like it's more convenient. You're already on YouTube. You just click the button, and then you're on the membership thing. I feel like it's just like it's an external sort of um reward system, which isn't bad, but I feel like it's a lot more convenient for everyone to just be on here. So, but no, I get that, Cheyenne. You should definitely do that. I think here's the thing. I would sit there and say this, Cheyenne. If I would have started, if it would have been in the beginning of me doing it, then I would have did it. Like in the beginning, me have like maybe 100, 200 subscribers. Then maybe I would have done something like that. But there's just really no point of it now, and I'm glad I didn't. Autumn says the problem with Spiderquake is Nina keeps causing problems for Sonny and his family. She is a idiot. The ish she does is asinine. She does and think before she acts. She's a dimwit with half a brain. Damn. And I totally agree with everything you just said, Autumn. Everything you just said. Latasha says I wouldn't be surprised if Tracy called the SEC on Carly and Joe. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either, but you know, we all know that it was yeah, exactly, Jess. That's exactly why I agree with everything that Autumn said. See, this is the problem sometimes. Leslie says, yeah, Albert, I think what I will be able to do. What do you mean? Would he be able to do? I might have missed something. Now, Jess says, why do people keep saying it's Tracy? I don't get. Jess, I don't get it either. I just gave up. If we're gonna be honest, I just literally gave up. All right. Let me just put. I feel like I just want to kind of pace myself. The cat lady says Ned needs a new wife ASAP. All right. So here's the thing about Nina and Olivia. I've been calling Olivia disloyal, right? There was a time where Ned was literally the disloyal person. Ned cheated on Olivia. Yeah, it was a drunken kind of haze thing, but he didn't tell her though. He didn't he didn't tell her about it. Oh, you Just said we literally saw Nina do it. What reason would Tracy do it? Um, Tracy thinks Carly is her own worst enemy, so calling it. All right, hold on. God, I feel like I need another drink. Gemini said Tracy thinks Carly is her own worst nightmare, so calling the SEC on her is pointless. Okay. Autumn says reach for that wine, Albert. So that's why I look at it and I think and I'm like, and Gemini said Tracy thinks Carly is on a screw up that marriage rich man for money and tried to clear up her way, but money doesn't buy class. My whole thing is this. So people are calling Olivia uh Harry says Olivia also was kissing Robert. Her and Ned got past his owns with Alexis, so he has no right to be treated that. And that's the point I'm Smithy trying to make, Harry. You're 100% right. Oh, Gemini's right here. So Ned cheated first, right? And I was wrong. And then, Olivia was in there hanging out with Robert and stuff like that, doing her little spy mission stuff. Okay. But the thing is, Olivia took back Tracy. I mean, Olivia took back Nat. So if you're gonna sit there and take him back, then take him back fully. It's a very weird thing because it's like I can see to some extent I can understand why some people are sticking up for Olivia. Okay, because regardless if Olivia took back Ned or not, Ned did cheat on her. So while we're all sitting there calling her disloyal for this, that, and the third, you got to remember it was Ned that was disloyal first. If we're gonna be honest, and that's on me because I've been calling her disloyal like there's no tomorrow. So I'm gonna say, let's see what were all of the AMC actors: Eden, Elizabeth Henderson, Elizabeth Hendrickson, Debbie Morgan, Darrow, Melissa Clay Egan. I'm missing anyone. So I'm is correct. I mean, okay. Gemini says Olivia is the reason why if she cheated. Gemini says Olivia is the reason why if cheating is a big deal, don't go back because you cannot be trusted. That's very true. Kelly says Nat cheated because she was running around with Robert. Yeah, I mean, I get it. She was running around with him, but she wasn't sitting there knocking boots with him now. My dude literally got the wrong idea, and instead of him sitting there trusting his wife, he decided to trust his joystick and did what he wanted to do. So running around with Olivia, running around with Robert or not, he did what he did. And actually, tell you the truth, that just makes him even worse because he couldn't be bothered to trust his wife before he decided to knock boots with another woman. Now I get it; they were drunk. Exactly, Valerie. I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Autumn says, "Hop, not Ned hopped on Alexis." Autumn said, "Not joystick up." Yep, we talking about the damn joystick. You're talking about that damn joystick. Damn, I really did actually get a lot. Oh, come on, Valerie. You know it's true. Someone says, I mean, it was ridiculous. You should have been watching YNR back in the day, Albert, to see what I was talking about. Yeah, no, I know, I know. Um, but my whole thing was like back in the day, it was just the ABC soaps, you know, except for all my children. I don't know. I know that for me personally, it was like, I don't know. I think I didn't give all my children enough of a chance. I didn't give it enough. I didn't give it enough of a chance. Gemini says Josh is a joke for going hard for a man you barely know. Puppy love, whatever you want to sit there and call it. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Besides, um, at this point, everyone knows I'm not really into the whole coupling thing. But yeah, I was gonna sit there and say something, but you know exactly what I was gonna sit there and say. Just as she knows, she does know him though. Alyssa's in the chat. Was good, Alyssa. Someone says, "Well, this was turning." I'm talking about Albert. Okay. Was good, Alyssa. Thank you for joining. Valerie said, "Yeah." Valerie said, "Yeah." All Josh knows is Dex is a hitman that makes her girl and embed in her as well. Just that they literally had a conversation about his past, probably, but LOL is okay. I do feel like they did talk though. I you know, hmm. And that's the thing, Jess, and a lot of other people. I feel like a lot of times they would just sit there and say all Josh and Dex does is knock boots, and that's not true. Now, I'm all for love in the afternoon, so if they got to get it in, I'm with it. Okay. The only negative part that I would sit there and take, the only negative thing I would sit there and take that I would say is that they do talk about Sunny too much. They do talk about Sunny way too much. Alyssa, of course, they do, Albert. Yeah. Well, listen, like I said, I'm not, listen, love in the afternoon, I'm with it. Now, Alyssa says their dialogue is trash. Let me just take my drink real quick. Compared to that damn boat scene that I saw when Spencer and Trina were about to sit there and knock boots. You want to sit there and talk? You want to sit there and talk about trash? Oof, that was bad. That was that was below Twilight level, and I enjoy Twilight. Just as yes, now just as yeah, if you don't like them, that's fine. But they do, but that's not all they do. That's not what they do. I'm just saying, Alyssa. They, like I said, the only negative thing that I would sit there and say about Josh and Dax is that they do talk about Sunny too much. Um, other than that, they do other things. It's not like they just sit there and they just knock boots. But you know, Perry says, I sure hope the writers were for Dax to give Josh at least. Jesus Christ. Uh, Hernandez said Josh and Dex are too much for two people that know nothing about each other above the waist. and be mad at Sunny. See, yeah, the mad at Sunny part, yeah, I'm not, um, the mad at Sunny part, I'm not with, because I just, ugh, especially with Josh. Just as I really remember Josh crying to Dex about Oscar, but okay, they don't know anything about each other. Yeah, but that's exactly, yeah, that's very true. Just they do talk about other. I mean, they here's the thing. I feel like they do talk about Sunny a lot, but they do talk about other people as well. I mean, they do talk about other stuff as well. Yes, hit that damn like button. Thank you, chat. I mean, thank you, cat lady. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know where we are on the like situation, but yes, hit that like button now. Oh my guy Joshua is just doing Gemini says Albert cares about love in the afternoon. You damn right I care about love in the afternoon. You're goddamn right I actually care about love in the afternoon, Gemini. Alright, so we got 23 likes. We got 23 likes so far. We got 35 people in the chat. So if you want to join the stream, hit the like button. And see, you know what? Now I'm gonna have to sit there and throw some more shade. Right? Now Jess says don't LOL, don't debate me on Jax. I can bring up proof and people just speculate. It doesn't, you know, and that's the thing, Jess. It's the people that don't like um Jax or whatever. The people that don't like Jax is going to sit there and just keep saying the same thing over and over again. I'm being dead serious, Gemini. Um, Becky said 30. Oh, okay, 24 likes so far. So yeah, if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does actually help. Terry says, "Love in the afternoon. Don't pull it down like." But yeah, Kyrie, listen, let's put it this way. You start sitting there reading that, you start reading those that stuff, you need a bottle of wine for that. You need a bottle of wine and maybe some other stuff, you know? That's what you need. You need a bottle of wine, maybe some goddamn lotion at that point. I don't know. Just says Ariana says you could be right, Albert, because I fast forward every scene she's in. Every scene who's in? Now Becky G says, "Where can I read your book, Kyrie's?" Yes, Becky D wants to know where can she read your book, Kyrie's? Because it's definitely. I wouldn't sit there and say it's 50 Shades of Grey, but it's definitely steamy. I'll say that much. I sat there and started reading, and I was like, I started drinking a little bit early. I mean, I was like 5 o'clock, but listen, Kyrie's. I'm just saying. Well, now, Kyrie's, now I got to think, keep it real. Kyrie say, wait, I have a question. What's the question, cat lady? Ariana says, love in the mornings, afternoon, evenings. I ain't mad at the mother. Gemini says the chat wants the book, Kyrie's. It's actually a really good book. Like Dead Ass Serious, it actually is a good book. Ariana says if someone has to make you a better person, then I can't root for you, Sabrina. That's why I didn't like Damon and Lay. Oh, that's see, Jess. This is why I rock with you, Jess, because I actually do get that reference. Jesus Christ, I get that reference way more than you know. Yeah, listen, like I said, Ariana, if they can get it in, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna sit there and say something that's going to be kind of shady. All right, and I'm gonna say this, and I know people are gonna be upset, but I'm gonna sit there and say it anyway. Kelly says, have you ever read any BDS BDSM books before? No. I'm gonna say this. For the people that always sit there and say all Josh and Dex do is just knock boots, I don't know. Maybe the people that are sitting there saying that are just upset that Trina and Spencer didn't knock boots yet. Because I gotta be honest, I feel like every time that's literally their go to. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a great night. Um, I feel like the people that are upset that Josh and Dex are knocking boots are just upset that Trina and Spencer haven't been doing that. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're just I don't want to sit there and say they're jealous, but it's like Gemini says obvious. Oh, you damn right I am Gemini. You damn right. And I will sit there and say like there's no tomorrow. Alyssa says what's wrong with someone making someone else a better person? At least that's better. At least that's a better than getting to know someone who's working. Now Jess says why would someone have to make you a better person? You should already be. Damn good point. You know, Jess, what's actually kind of funny about that is that like Damon on the Vampire Diaries is my favorite character, and I just sat there and I was like, you know what? She really makes a valid point. Now, Alyssa said, yes, true, but you need guidance for someone to be a better person. No, you shouldn't just be a trash ass person to begin with. Jonathan is in chat. What's good, Jonathan? See, that's my whole thing, and I will sit there and say this. That's my whole thing. Um, Spencer needs Trina to make him a better person because Spencer by himself is a trash ass character. But Josh doesn't, Dex doesn't need Josh to make him a better person because Dex is already a cool person in general. So that's also a listen, I'm loving the afternoon. Listen, if you can get it in, get it in. And that's the thing, Jess, and this is what I will sit there and say. Now, Ariana says they will never show Trina and Spencer knocking boots. Yeah, listen, I don't know what to sit there and tell you about the Sabrina fans. Like, it is what it is. Not true. What's not true about it? Spencer being a trash ass character? Listen, I will sit there and say this. Spencer has his moments, right? The problem with those moments is that they are far and few between. And if the now Johnson says I'm calling the current day storyline with the Demare Phoenix rising. Yo, I love that scene in the living room where you had almost all the Demares in there. That was good. Um, there were some definitely iconic scenes that I really did like. I really did like. EJ. Here's the thing, Jonathan. I don't understand how he didn't recognize Megan right away. He knew about her afterwards, but when he first came in there, he was like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "You know exactly who she is. That's your sister." Last day says Albert Damon was my favorite character. Yes, yo, Damon was that dude. I mean, I like Stephen, but Damon was that dude. I mean, that's that's fine. AJ, we all have our preferences. I don't see anything wrong with knocking boots down. I'm just saying you can get it in. You got that chemistry. Life is way too short to not sit there and be sexless. I'll tell you that much right now. You'll probably sit there and see them maybe knock boots in like 4 to 6 months or something. He has learned from his mistakes and he's still learning. How much more learning does he need to take? How much more learning does he need to do? See, okay, and I'll sit there and say this. Alyssa says Spencer does have flaws, but that doesn't make him a trashy person. It kind of does. It depends on the flaws. Because here's the thing: they're not little flaws. They're not little character flaws. Jesus Christ, why do I feel like I need to sit there and give a trigger warning? Ari Henry said, "Are you still on that bottle of wine?" Oh yeah, I'm getting another one tomorrow. I mean, technically I'm on my second cup, but I'm technically on my second cup. Jess says how she learned from mistakes. If Trina got to scold him every time he comes in contact with, you know, I don't even know what to say to that because she is 100% right about that. And that's the thing. Well, as for Trina, she's being inclusive about the situation with Dex. Wow, that's a huge gymnastic leap. Um, because the problem with that is that when he got that busted lip from trying to get up in Dex's face, she jumped to conclusions and thought that you're just mad because Spencer speaks his mind. Or he can speak his mind all he wants. He's just gonna be laid out every single time. There's nothing wrong with speaking your mind. As long as you're speaking your mind to them, um, you can sit there and whoop their ass in the fight. It kind of reminds me of that Dave Chappelle skit when keeping it real goes wrong. Man, I wish they would have sat there and did that scene, that locker room scene. If anyone actually watched the Dave Chappelle show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When keeping it real goes wrong. While Spencer has smoke for Josh and Dax, you're just mad at Spencer because he speaks his mind, while Josh has smoke for Josh and Dax. Yeah, Trina doesn't understand anything. Well, then I guess they're not exactly the super couple that everyone makes them out to be then. And you know what the sad thing is? Carrie says Spencer's too pale to be talking all that ish. He's bruised like a peach. And that's the thing though, because it's been multiple times where Spencer has been sitting there getting an attitude with Dex. And what does Trina do? Oh, you can't be doing that. Why can't you sit there and get along and yada 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 yada? You need to sit there and try. And what did Spencer do? What did Spencer do when he got in that locker room? He decided to start sitting there playing 20 questions with Dex about how I know more about Josh than you do. I sat there towards the end of that. I was like, bro, do you want to sit there and shoot your shot with with Josh? Because if not, why do you care? Like, why does he care that you know more? Why do you care? Like, why is it so important that you know more about Josh than Dex does? It almost made it sound like you were like jealous or something like that. Like, what are you, 12 years old? Oh, well, I know about, the first time that she got her arm broken. I know what kind of favorite foods that she like. I'm like, and that means what? And then what wound up happening? Then what wound up happening when you start trying to put hands on Dex? He was on the floor. That's exactly what wound up happening. And yet you got once again Trina Smith there scolding um Spencer. And for what? For being who he was. See, this is my whole thing. I'm just like, listen, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Stop saying they're trying to change them. Believe them for who they are. And you either gonna rock with them or you're not. Almost seems like, she's not exactly the ride or die girl that Josh is. Just saying. Last day says Stephen was okay, but Damien was my dude, like you said, and my friends argued about which one is better. Me and my friends was dudes who liked the show. It was mostly listen, the Vampire Diaries was great. Here's last day, it's really crazy. So it's like they said the Vampire Diaries was more for like women, and the originals was more for men, which is I kind of agree with that, but I just, it's true, Jess. Ariana said some folks have to learn the hard way. Exactly like Spencer did when he got knocked on his ass. And I'm not gonna lie, it did kind of bring me a little bit of joy. Um, when Spencer got his ass knocked on the ground, because I'm like, yo, listen. Um, Joshua said, "Did you watch the Flash yet?" I'm like 40 minutes into it, and it's it's kind of dumb. just to shortcut it, it's kind of stupid. I mean, here's the thing: I will miss the show because I've been watching it for 9 years. But to be honest, I didn't really expect much from it because the show, yeah, it was pretty stupid. Like some of those fights are just like Jesus Christ. But you know what? It was bad, but it was like Flash level bad. So it's like in reality, I shouldn't expect it more than what I expected the other 8 seasons. I'm sitting there watching this show and I'm just like, man, this is pretty bad. And I was just like, oh wait, what am I watching again? Ah, yes, there it is. Yeah, I did. I love the fact that they're all in the same house and everything. I love EJ and Megan meeting Kristen. It was just great. It was just all around great. And yeah, it actually was better than GH. Last Day says, I kind of agree with you too, Albert. The original was for dudes and Vampire Diaries was for women. However, I was more of a fan of the Vampire Diaries than the originals. I can get that. And that's the thing. Last Day, I just wish that the last season was great because the season before that was amazing. So the fact that the last season, what do you have to then deal with? Some guy called Caden the Devil or something like that. It was so stupid. Like if they would have ended it off with the heretics, I would have been totally fine with that. Because I'm like, all right, at least you got somebody that's almost equal to the originals. And then they just want to messing up. Johnson says Days is the winner for today. Yeah. Eh, yeah. Yeah, it was. But I still did like B&B, and I still did like Y&R. Just said the Vampire Diaries did get bad after season 5. The last season was not great. it's really funny, Jess. When I started watching the Vampire Diaries, I was watching Teen Wolf at the time, and I felt like they were both even. And then the last season of both of those shows happened, and I was just like, "Wow, this is bad." I was like, granted, it wasn't like the worst, but it was like, you know what it is, Jess? Like I said, the Heretics was great. If they would have ended it off there, I would have been fine. And then they decided to do whatever it is that he did, and yeah, it was pretty bad. Johnson says, "I wonder how Johnny will feel about Megan living." You're right. It's funny. I'm actually looking forward towards that though. The real Johnson's feel bad for 60 and getting canceled, getting his channel deleted. Yeah, but you know what, Jonathan? He's on Rumble though, and you can make money on Rumble. There's less censorship. So honestly, tell you too, Jonathan, he knew it was coming. We talked about this. Um, so it sucks, but he knew it was coming. And like I said, I wish him the best. He knows I rock with him. Kyrie says, I hope Cameron will wish come true to Jocelyn that he holds Dex cheats on him. Becky D says, man, effing love, amazing. Amazon, they're bringing stuff. I have to drive 2 hours to get it. Really? Man, I love effing Amazon. What? Last they said, yeah, I totally agree with that. The last season was not good. Kind of the show on a flat note instead of a great no with the previous season. That happens a lot with TVs. Here's the thing, last day. I would sit there and say this much. It happens a lot on the CW, right? The CW, for me, has a history of always not really giving you an epic finale. Okay? I'm gonna tell you this much last day. The originals is my favorite supernatural series. And even their last season felt a little flat. And I love that show like there's no tomorrow. But the CW doesn't really do a good job with season finales. That's why when I looked at the Flash, I was like, yeah, this is pretty much like every other season. It's a CWA. Now, but I will sit there and say, how do I sit there and make this service announcement where I don't come across as a dick, but I feel like I need to sit there and say, Becky D says the only downside to living out in the boonies, not many stores to shop at, Albert. I know a lot of people hate Amazon, but that stuff I can't get here. Oh no, no, Becky D, I love Amazon. Um, but that does suck though. You gotta drive too, man. Becky D, I my heart goes out to you. All right, so here's the thing that I'm gonna sit there and say. I want people to understand a couple of things. When I say something about characters, storylines, or whatever, just keep in mind to take my opinion with a grain of salt. That's number one. Number two, I think a YouTuber named John Campia described it best. That when you watch my channel, don't assume it's going to be an echo chamber, right? So I'm not always going to sit there and say things that you're going to like or you're going to agree with. Three, I've been known to be a dick, and I don't pull punches. So just throwing that out there. Also, I don't take some of these characters and things of that nature too seriously. I really don't. Just want to give a bit of a service announcement because I feel like that's kind of important. Because I'm not always going to sit there and do trigger warnings, which I felt like part of me was like, I wanted to do one tonight, but I was like, you know what? Nah, F that. I was like, the people that come on my channel, they know exactly what they're going to sit there and get. They're going to get no holds bars, no pulling punches, and yeah. But just as a little bit of a courtesy, I figured why not. Harry says, when you finish reading the book, I love if you can do a collab. Oh yes, Jonathan, yes. Not only that, well, I'll be sitting there taking notes on that because, like you know, like I said, Carrie, there were certain aspects of your character Byron. Even in the beginning, once I started reading it, um, that I related to him. Have a good night, Alyssa. Thank you for joining. Becky D says, and this is taking forever. The very opinions are being voiced here is one of the reasons I like it so much. No, no, I appreciate that. I do. Justice said, this is why I watch you, Albert, because your honest opinions, whether I agree with you or not. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan, my rock star. What would I do without you? Blackmon says, we want you to tell like it is. I would always. Oh, I plan on to it, Blackmon. Thank you. Autumn says, you know what's funny about Dex? You know what's funny, Albert? If Dex turned around and cheated on Josh, that would be karma for cheat. Oh yeah, no, I would definitely enjoy that. I would definitely enjoy that. Last day says one of my favorite shows on ABC was Secret Like American Teenager, and that season finale was horrible. I was like, I watched this show for 5 years, and for the ending CW not good finales. Yeah, No, but here's the thing. The Secret Life was on ABC Family though. So I mean, granted, yeah, that does suck. That does suck. But yes, Jonathan. I mean, yes, Kyrie. I would definitely love to sit there and I definitely love to do that. But I really do like the book though. Now, Kelly says you can't. You recap. You read what you sow, Josh. That was one of my favorite quotes. Kelly says I can't. I can't have my decks and Christine. I can have my decks and Christina now. Or you can't. You can or you can't. Ariana says, Albert, it seems like you have to say this about how you handle yourself way too many times. This stream and members is awesome. You handle yourself well. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you. It's really, I would sit there and say this because I still have some alcohol in it. Um, I'm still constantly learning things when it comes to just streaming, and it's not just about oh, can okay. Why can't you? I'm learning a lot. I'm learning how to debate with people. I'm learning how to not be dismissive. To keep things fun, right? And that's still somewhat of a challenge, you know, because I sit there and I look at it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. John says this is my favorite ABC Family show is Kyle XY, but I hated that they can't. See, Jonathan, this is why we're friends. Okay, this is I mean for the many other reasons, but this is why. See, Jess, this is why I F with you. This is why I rock with you, Jess. This is why I rock with you. I mean, besides the fact that I used to love that show as well, but yes, this is why I rock with both of y'all. This is exactly why I rock with both of y'all. Also says the Secret Life was pretty good. Apparently, after that show ended, the creator said Rick and stood up together. He went, ah. So, Jess, you used to watch the show too. I stopped watching, but I don't even remember. I do remember them doing somewhat of a somewhat finale. It wasn't really a finale, but it was somewhat a finale. I don't think they will look great together like the other Christina. I can see that. I can see that, cat lady. Autumn says, what was another good show on ABC was a show called Twisted, but they canceled that show too. Don't they have an Autumn? Don't they have another show? My friend is watching it. I think it's called what's it called? Good Summer or Cruel Summer? Now, Jess said Twisted was so good, Autumn. Okay, so they have another show, Jess and everyone else, especially if you're in the supernatural shows. I think it's called Fort Salem, right? Only saw season one. Oh, Cruel Summer. Thank you, Jonathan. My guy right there. Um, but I do remember a show called Fort Salem. I thought the show was okay. I would like to. I would like. Honestly, I would like to sit there and finish season. I would like to finish watching season 2 and 3. Okay, thank you, Autumn. I knew it was called something like that. Does anyone remember a show called Fort Salem? It's like a bunch of witches. That's, like, Nate says, I think the Vampire Diaries last season on CW killed the original's momentum. The originals had more to offer. But yeah, the last season did not do anyone any favors. Again, I would sit there and listen. I love the Vampire Diaries, but I think the last season before that was a lot better. Yes, Autumn, I did watch Gotham. I love that show. Oddly, because the writing was good. Oh, Motherland Force. Thank you, Jonathan. Let's call it that. Harry says, "Good night, Albert and everyone. It's been fun. Always see you on Sunday for the members live stream." Oh, we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in. We are going to go in. Um, wow. Autumn says they did Stefan and Caroline dirty in the season 8. They didn't even get a chance to have a future, but Damon and Lena did sure survive. Hmm. Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing, Autumn. A lot of people wanted Klaus and Caroline to be together because for some odd reason, you know what? I was totally okay with that out there. Also, Klaus and Caroline. Darby says, "Will you be here tomorrow?" No, I'll be here Sunday. I'm going to a barbecue tomorrow, and hopefully they'll have a lot of wine. Mel, Mel, what's good, Mel? But yeah, I'll be at the barbecue tomorrow now. What the hell was else Nick saying? Oh yeah, how was your? Oh, Kyle X Rod. See, Jess and Johnson, this is why I rock with y'all. Autumn says, "Enjoy that ribs and that food gonna slap." Oh yeah. Johnson says ABC Family had a 3 episodes in episode called "Fuck." Jonathan, okay, let me ask you a question. Was that like about like angels? Like, was that like? Did it have anything to do with angels? I'm very curious because I could have swore I remember that. Andrew. Andrew said they're going to recast Gabby. If they're going to recast Gabby, they should have hired a younger actress who seemed to be progressive, flexible, and doesn't interject politics and feelings on social media. Andrew, how you doing tonight? And that's actually pretty interesting. Okay, I knew it. I knew it, Jonathan. I knew it. I don't know how, but I have this thing in my head, just like I could have swore I remembered that. W says I saw the Flash episode. It felt like it ended flat. Yeah, that's usually how most CW's um finales end flat. Not terrible, but it could have been better. Oh, even Supergirl could have been better. That's saying a lot. No, not and it's all good now. I'm here and just in my emotions. Yeah, that's been going on a lot lately. Actually, well, to be fair, it was actually better today. So yeah, it's just crazy. How you doing tonight, Mal? And Andrew. I sit there and I look at that stuff and I'm just like, part of me felt, you know what? I'll sit there and say this after I read no says I don't want to be about a I don't want to be about a complication in here, but it is. No, I mean I'm well, one, I'm sorry that you're whatever you're going through. But I'm glad that you are here though. It's always good to see you. Lastly says always like Stephanie and Caroline together and never understood why some people wanted the other guy who I can't spell. Oh, Klaus. Klaus, last day Klaus was that dude. Klaus was just that dude. Oh God, I love Klaus. And I mean that in the most heterosexual way possible. That was just that dude. Kelly says, "Is there a full moon?" Andrew said, "Hello, I can't complain." Well, I'm glad to actually have you in there. Jess says, "I didn't like Stefan and Caroline. They were better as friends." So Jess, you were with the Klaus and Caroline camp, right? Like, well, not camp, but fans, right? Johnson says Stefan was my favorite character on Vampire Diaries. He reminded me of Angel. Hmm. Jonathan, what did you thought of Damon? Damon was that dude. Well, okay, Damon was that dude until Klaus came in there, and then when Klaus left, then Damon became that dude again. So I'll say that much. And Mel says, I don't think that I can get over what has been said about me and talking behind my back, and they know who they are. Hmm. Now Johnson says, I like Damon. Okay. Damon was that dude. Damon was that dude. Okay. It still brings a smile to my face every time I sit there and think about that character. Mel says, I can't even win in this live chat. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Mel. Yes, you can. I like you. A lot of people like you. And you know what, Mel? The people that don't like you, guess what? They can just go and F themselves. I don't feel like saying the whole word because I don't feel like getting demonetized, but you know, exactly, Jess. It's not true. Now, last day for me, it was always Stefan didn't get Elena. He's the less cooler brother, so let him. Last day, okay, I'm going to sit there and say why he didn't get Elena. Because the minute that Elena became a vampire, um, Stefan didn't connect with Elena like Damon did. Because Damon wanted Elena to embrace her true vampire side. And Stefan was not there in love with the human side of Elena. I'm not sitting there saying, I know how you feel about Stefan, but that's the reason why um, Damon ultimately won with being with Elena. Saying, part of me actually just makes me sad thinking about that. Goddamn CW. Johnson says Damon reminds me of Spike from. Yeah, I can say that. I can say that. It's really funny, and I'll sit there and tell everyone this. So the shit they recast Gabi on Days, that was not my first. Um, yes, Cat Lady, I miss all of them. Mel says, Albert, a lot of people are against me. Mel, here's the thing: what you should do. Don't think about how many people are against you. Think about how many people are are with you. Just as Stefan was trying to always give her what she wanted to be human. Exactly. See, yes, when I sit there and say I rock with you, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Last day says I was a fan of Damon and Elena. I like Stefan too, and I wanted to be happy, but you're right. He didn't understand Elena when she became a vampire. And that was the thing, because there was no going back, you know. And towards the end, I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, he didn't embrace her as far as being a vampire. Now, Calais says no, Dame, no, Dame, and please take this Gabby back, please. Back where? Okay, so again, and I may miss somebody's comment, and I do apologize for that. Ariana says, Albert, I see more wine in your future. Oh yeah, no, I'm getting another wine. I'm getting another wine thing tomorrow. Because here's the thing, that was not my original title. I had another title. I'm not going to say what it was, but what it was triggering. And at first, I was going to sit there and say, well, just a bit of a trigger warning. We're going to be sitting there talking about X, Y, and Z. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I'm going to sit there and just pretty much kind of say whatever the hell I want. Because the thing is, my videos aren't my live streams aren't necessary for the faint of heart. I know it sounds kind of stupid and cheesy, but it's not. You know, and it sucks that some people will sit there and get emotional or annoyed or whatever you want to sit there and call it. But I don't pull punches. Okay, I don't. And I'm not going to start now. Johnson says I think Stephanie connected better with Caroline because she related to her transition process as a vampire. Hmm. I do remember, it was kind of weird, Jonathan, when she was going out with Alaric. Like that was kind of weird. That was a little kind of weird. I was just like, yo, what are you doing? Mel says, I don't think I can talk to last day. My childish, and I saw their conversation secretly. Mel says, Albert, I pay close attention that you don't really like my comments in here. I'm sorry, what? let me just reread this again because I'm a little bougie right now. Mel says, Albert, I pay close attention that you don't really like my comments in here. What gives you that? What makes you think that? I mean, how many times do I sit there and call you my girl when it comes to us like horror and stuff like that? And I'm always asking you um about the latest. Have a good night, cat lady. Thank you for joining. It's actually really good to see you in the chat again. Um, Gabi said they shouldn't recast Gabby because she's been there for like 2 decades. Oh, I thought it was only 10 years. I didn't know it was actually longer than that. Harriana says I meant more wine. uh, hmm. No, read it. Darby says, please tell me what did I say, and I will tell you directly with respect to you, Mel. What the hell is going on here? What? What the hell am I reading at this point? See, sometimes, okay, I'm going to sit there and make kind of a joke about this. But sometimes it pays to sit there. Laura B says I'm getting sleep. Have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. I hope I get to see you on Sunday. Just join our membership, bro. Join our membership thing. We do have a lot of fun. We do get into it, and I think you have a lot of fun, Jess. And you too, Jonathan. Johnson says it was 10 years and they should have recast it. And they should recast be Rafe can't be the only Hernandez on the show. Johnson says it was 10 years and they should have recast be Rafe can't be the only Hernandez on the show. Oh, why is this wine giving me all sorts of Mel says, I know what Darby told last day to ignore my child's antics, not to be mean to me until I get over something. Oh, they should recast. Okay. Yeah, okay. That was really fun. Well, maybe I've been actually drinking a lot too much, but I could have swore you said that they shouldn't be. They should recast Gabi. That was really funny. Somebody else also said that too. Um, that they should recast Gabi. Hopefully, here's the thing. I'm not liking the whole Kate thing so far. I know Molly is kind of a recast, like a temporary recast, which may turn into a permanent, which may turn, which may go into a permanent recast. But hopefully, if they do Gabby, it will be a I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's very difficult to sit there and try to recast a character when you've been watching the character for so long. That's a really hard because even from an emotional standpoint, you're just there watching the character. It's very it's it's very difficult to sit there and be like that's like if they sat there and they recast Jax. Oh yeah, no, yeah, cat lady. I'm trying to struggle with whatever else is going on in the chat. Well, it says Albert Darby and last day talk secretly behind my back, but are being a coward, but not coming to me. Darby says I'm right here. Talk to me, please. Cat lady says I was saying take the new Christina back. I'm not a huge, here's the, I know some people just like give her a chance, but I'm just like, um, I don't know so far. And yeah, Jess, you see, Jess, it's really funny. Um, you just said what I'm thinking. You just literally said what I'm thinking. Namel said, because for some odd reason, what do we have on the clock so far? All right. I have a little teensy little Spikewick says, are they fighting or are they fake fighting? Well, Spiderquake, I'm taking a drink, so let's just see. You can kind of take my third drink as an example if they're fake fighting or real fighting. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's cool. Spikequay, you're about to go get. Spiderquay. Kelly, yeah, I definitely do need more. Andrew said to increase the likelihood of success, recast best practice that can to wait 6 months to a year. Then begin the process of bringing back a popular character with a new platform. Ariana says, Albert, what's your address? I was. You know what, Ariana? I would definitely love you to. Um, hit me up on my email, and I will actually send you my address. I don't normally send it to a lot of people, but I will sit there and send it to you because um 'cause Jesus Christ, I feel like I need it at this point. Yes, cat lady, I definitely need more. What? You know what? Screw it. Let me. I don't want to sit there and say, "Oh, here, Ariana," but if you're actually serious about it, I will just hit me up on email, and I will definitely give it to you. Lessa says this is all Mel and not me. Spike Quick says people recently have been getting up really upset. I don't. Yeah, you do realize that this is a. Oh God, I feel like I had too much to drink. Okay, so what is this even about? I mean, Mel, you're upset that Last Day said something in his review that he switched sides about liking Thomas. Come on, Mel. What are we doing at this point? Listen, you know how many times I've sat there and defended Nina? Way more than I can count. You know what? You know, Jess, this is the after hours. This is the after hours. I'm gonna sit there and say this much. This is the after hours. This is yeah. Can't really say yeah, Ariana, because I have to send him. No, seriously, and I'm being serious to Cat Lady and Ariana. I would literally sit there and say my address. I mean, dead ass serious. Because Lord knows that I actually need more. Everybody says, no, we are not talking about her. No, not no, we're not talking about it. Well, I'm using it as an example. Justice says if they do go if they do go to the 6 month route when it comes to recasting, that'd be more than a reason to bring back. Oh yeah, Rafe's brother, right? Is Rafe's brother? Is it Daro? Because I'm not gonna lie, I can't pronounce that name for some reason. Is it Daro? It is Dar or Dar. Okay, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. Mel says Albert last day was on my side and betrayed me by being on Darby's side. What sides? Spiderquake says Albert, you might need something. Might need something heavier. You know, Spiderquake, I may need something heavier. I may need something heavier. Now, last day says Albert. Here's what happened. Upset about I made a video when I said Thomas wasn't horrible. Val took it as if I betrayed her. Oh, Mario! Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Yep. This is this is the after hour show. You know, Jess and everyone, part of me was sitting there thinking about doing a 4 hour live stream. And I still want to do one, right? I still want to do a 4 hour live stream. Because I feel like it would be really funny and really, really fun. Now, Cat Lady says I was supposed to leave. Cat Lady, I was supposed to leave after 2 hours. It's been 2 hours and 20 something minutes. Darby says I'm tired. You know what? Here's the thing, Darby. Okay. I'm gonna sit there and say this. I'm gonna say this, Darby. First of all, I apologize to you. Last day, I apologize to you. I apologize to you, Darby, and I apologize to you last day. Spikequake says I'll be out for a while, so I'm sticking. I'm gonna apologize to both of y'all because this is absolutely ridiculous. Mofos up in here are getting upset because people are changing their minds. Do you know what I do for a living? No, I literally will sit there and change my mind based off the information that I'm giving. This is absolutely effing ridiculous. I should be cursing right now, but well, I'm not drunk yet. I'm just tipsy. Mel says, Albert, here you go, picking your favorites again. I'm picking my favorites. Who are my favorites again? Let's see if we can match. Let's see if we can sit there and match match a list. And you know what? I might be tipsy enough to sit there and tell you my favorites, even though technically I shouldn't have favorites. But just for shits and giggles, why not? Because no, I'm actually talking to you, and technically, but okay, this is so stupid. This is so dumb. You know what? In all reality, we're gonna sit there. I'll tell you this much: we're all gonna sit there and watch the replay. When did this start? Like 2 hours. We'll sit there and say 2 hours and 15 minutes, kind of like last time. Jess said, Albert, no. Oh, no, 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 Jess, no, no, dear. We're going to sit there and say yes. We're going to sit there and say yes. You might want to stick around for the favors because, yes, I did actually pick you as a favorite. So I don't know how you feel about that, but Ariana says, Albert, don't worry about calling me. Well, you are, but it said favorites. So, yes, you are definitely among my favorites. You already know that, Ariana. Oh, Medora says, sorry you're late. Medora. Oh, no, Spike Quake, she didn't miss anything. She's actually getting to the good part. Mel says, Albert, I know you are your favorite because Albert, I know you are your favorite because you called them out. I don't. So okay, but Mel, who are my favorites though? He didn't say who my favorites are, and I still have like a half a cup right there, or less than. So can we get to my favorites part? Because I want to know. Darby says, look like I'm. I'm getting trolling. Darby, I gotta use the restroom, and I still want to know who are my favorites. Since I have favorites that I didn't know I had. Funny how it's good. No, 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 no. I want to know. I want to know who my favorites are, since apparently I have favorites. See, it pays to actually sit there and stick around because then we get all the really odd shit. See, now I'm cursing, so now you know I'm starting to like really. Medora says, "All right, Cameron's coming back on stage." You know, what's funny, Medora. Somebody else actually said that in the chat as well. Somebody else earlier, somebody else in the chat actually said that as well. Toby says, "How last day can we go skateboarding on Saturday?" No, I think I think Shakira actually sent me a video on Instagram of the preview, so I'm gonna sit there and watch it before I go to bed. I'm actually watching it on my TV. I'm actually watching on my TV, so I'm actually looking forward to that though. Ariana says you are my. Ariana, you are my favorite. You are my favorite. Spikequake says, "What's your favorite Marvel movie and least favorite?" Spikequake, I don't actually have a least favorite. Because you know what? You know what? I'll tell you that. Spikequake, Winter Soldier. When the Winter Soldier came out, I said straight up that any live Marvel action movie I will see without hesitation, and they can pretty much take my money. So I have a certain level of blind faith when it comes to his Marvel live action. Point blank period. I feel like they could do no wrong. Hell, even Inhumans, which is questionable at best. Johnson says, "Well, next week the secret is out." Ooh, I'm looking forward towards that. I'm. Is that the baby one? Is that the baby, the Nicole and Eric and EJ one? Ron says Nate is so stupid if he thinks he can run Newman and throw Nick and Nikki out. He is dreaming. He is also kind of a snake, though. I'm not gonna lie. Johnson Johnson says so far my favorite Marvel movie is Spider-Man: No Way Home. That's a good one. I actually really did like that. Hmm. Plus the surprises that they actually did in that movie was just crazy. White Quick says I saw him in Agent of Shield is way better. Inhumans? I guess to each his own. Inhumans made some very odd choices. I'll say that much. Yes, it is. Have a good night, Anna B. Now, Spike Quick says No Way Home is my favorite. It was so good. I love Black Widow. Also, Endgame. Yeah, I really actually like those too. Now, Josh Sims also really like Avengers Infinity War. I did too. I did too. Damn, that was a good movie. But also in Endgame though too. Like they go hand in hand. Mel says, I thought I was your favorite girl, but you're talking Darby and Last Day side to me. But Mel, there is no sides. What sides are we talking about? Are we talk? There's no sides. I'm a little too drunk to sit there. I feel like at this point I'm getting kind of drunk, but there is no sides. There is no sides. What sides are we talking about? Last Day feels the way he feels, and that's fine. I don't like. I don't know how to sit there and say this in the nicest way possible, but this is also just like um just as this, but also like Avengers Infinity War. Okay, I read that. Oh yes, Spike Quick, what was her name? I actually really do like her too. Jesus Christ, she's kind of hot. Spike Quick, what's her name? Because I'm gonna have to look her up tonight. Not for research purposes, but I'm actually gonna have to look her up tonight. Mel says, Albert, you feel like when I tell you spoilers about Sos and you believe me on my horror movies. Yeah, I do. I don't understand like side stuff. Oh, Yelena. Oh, thank you. She's hot. I actually like her, and plus she's a badass. Jesus Christ. Um, hopefully when they do Hawkeye again, she'll come back. Yeah, it's crazy. But Mel, that my whole thing is like there's no size. I was still wait. Here's the thing, Mel. I'm not gonna lie, because I really did have to use the restroom. I was waiting for you to give me my list of the people that are my favorites, and I can sit there and confirm if they are or not. But I Yelena, jeez. Yelena. Hmm. I don't know why. I'm sitting there thinking about Yelena, but I'm also thinking about what's that movie with Brad Pitt? He was on a train and there was some other people and had this one girl with the book bag with dark hair, kind of short. I'm gonna have to look her up too. Not for research purposes, but I'm gonna have to look her up though. Kelly says, Darby, like Albert always says, you never know who's watching. I want to know who my favorites are because apparently I have favorites. Thank you, Andrew. Bullet Train. Jesus Christ. Yes, thank you, Andrew. You know, it's really funny. I actually saw that movie like about like 4 weeks ago. Last day says sorry for starting all this. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna lie. This is fun. This is at the very least this is good content. And I don't know. Last day is kind of pushing me more forward to something that they're doing like maybe 4 hours. Thank you, Andrew. This is why I sit there and say hit the like button. Hit the like button. It really does help. Johnson says most probably expected more from the Flash finale because it wasn't just the end of the series; it was the end of the Arrowverse as a whole. Yeah, Jonathan. You know how crazy that is, though. The fact that it's the end of the Arrowverse as a whole. Hmm. Even though it wasn't really a great series, it's still something that's kind of in my heart. White Cliff says, "When is the Flash finale?" Oh, it already it happened Tuesday or Wednesday. Kelly says that one is in full effect. Listen. I was sitting there waiting for my list of people that apparently I favorite more than other people. Spikequake says I'm down to stay up all night. Listen, Spikequake. I would love to stay up all night. I really would. Like I said, it's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad. But part of me is like, it's making me want to try to do a full 4 hours one day, just because all of this. Um, because I'm gonna be honest, it's stupid and asinine as hell. It really is. None of this makes any sense. I swear to God, I feel like I'm in some sort of a dream. But I'm having a lot of fun, so I can't complain too much. Oh, have a good night, Autumn. Thank you for joining. I'll get to see you on Monday. I'll let you join the members, and hopefully I get to see you soon. Sooner than that. Johnson says the Flash was great during the first few seasons, but later on it got a little messy. You know, I've in some ways I feel like it's always been messy. Well, maybe you're right about that. But I feel like here's the thing I was sitting and say about the Flash stuff or the Arrowverse stuff. Except for Arrow, those shows have always been entertaining. They've never been good. They've been entertaining. Anything that's been on the CW except for like maybe Black Lightning and Arrow has been entertaining. Except for Stargirl. I'm actually have to sit there and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into that, Jonathan, because I do have some stuff that I do want to say. Mel says, Albert, you can't be mad at me how I feel. No, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. I think that you're taking it too far. I think that you're taking it too far. But here's the thing, Mel. I will sit there and say, yeah, it is entertaining. It's not. Yeah, all right. It is entertaining. It's not good. It's entertaining, and there's a difference between that. No, no, I don't. I'm not mad at you. I think you're taking it a little bit too far. Um, I think you are a very sweet, kind person that do enjoy these live streams, and I love having you in them. But I think that you're taking a little bit too far, personally. Debbie says maybe Albert, you should send us some wines. I can finally learn to drink. It's just so unnecessary. But you know what? To be fair, I'm not Mel, so I can't sit there and tell her how to feel. That says maybe you should make a video reflecting on the Arrowverse. I think that's actually a good idea. Hmm. I would actually think about doing it after I finish watching The Flash. Damn, that's a really good idea. And you know what? I'm not drunk enough to not remember it. Hmm. Thank you, Jonathan. Sidequest says if you were Brock, people would have been put in their place. Well, here's the thing, Spikequake. Me, Brock, and anyone else, we're different people. And I'll just sit there and say that. Also, I'm not gonna lie, Spikequake. I'll be honest. It could it confused me how alcohol can change a person. Well, you know, to be fair, Spikequake, on some level, because it's not too out of control, it's somewhat entertaining. So I'm not at a point where it's like I'm just like mad and annoyed and stuff like that. It's like it's more entertaining than anything else. It's more, but yeah, no, that is true, Spike. Like I may talk about it next time. I may get a little somewhat more personal. I usually save the personal stuff for the members stuff only, but I don't know. Enough of these drinks. Oh Jesus Christ, let's stop more. And as much as I would love to sit down directly with everyone, um, we're past 2 hours, and I should probably get ready to go to sleep. So I am. This was a lot of fun, especially the ending part. This was this is something definitely to unpack on Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday night. It's serious. Okay. Last day says Albert basically now thought. Yeah, no, I know what it is. I know what it was last day, and I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty silly at best. It's pretty silly at best. Spikequake says in 17 hours it'll be 3 hours. It would be 3 hours, but I'm still only on 16 minutes, so I mean 16%. Toby says enjoy. Oh, I definitely will. I definitely will. Mel says, Albert, I am loving, caring, sweet, and good person. Hate it for the person, so not going to change who I am. Well, I mean, Mel, I wouldn't want you to. Jesus Christ. Why don't I, you know, I'm at a point where it's like now I look drunk. I'm not drunk, but I look drunk. But no, Mel, I don't think that you're a bad person. I don't want you to change. I don't want you to change that stuff. You getting upset that somebody changed their mind about a fictional character, yeah, babe, that might be something you might want to sit down and work on. The other stuff is great, but you know, you getting upset about somebody else's. character choice, you might want to sit there and just kind of work on that. But I love having you in chat though. Love you having you in chat. Um, all right. Listen, this has been a lot of fun. Spikequake says you. Spikequake says, and it's taking forever. To me, you're the same person before you start drinking. Oh, thank you, Spikequake. Yeah, no, it does it. Spikequake. Sometimes I feel like with alcohol, it enhances what you already are, right? Or how you are, and how you are in that moment. Ariana says, Spikequake, it would take opposite. Yes, that's very true. Just said, good night. This was a yes, Spikequake. Yes, Jess. This was. This was. This was fun. But and I did sit there and say that in the beginning. I was like, listen, you know what? The reason why I'm not sitting there getting so mad and angry is because this is actually kind of fun. Or at the very least, entertaining. But you have a good week, Jess. You have a good weekend, Jess. Stay safe out there. And hopefully I'll see you Monday, unless you want to join. And I'll see you before then. I'll see you on Sunday. Have a good night, last day. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a great weekend. Inspired Quest says people need to really stop getting upset over characters. Inspired Quest, I would sit there and say yes to that, but it gives me more material. So, emotionally, yes, but as far as material goes, I can cook with that. Last day said, thank you, Albert. Yes, I will see you on Monday, last day. You stay safe. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Stay safe. This was a lot of fun, especially the last 27 minutes of it. So if you are rewatching it, 2 hours and I don't know. Start watching in 2 hours, and then you'll start to sit there and see the mayhem that follows. Have a good night, everyone. Thank. Mel says, Albert, to me, this is not a change to me, but you're not taking me seriously on my feelings. Mel, I have done nothing but take you seriously on your feelings. Let's be very clear. I've done nothing but take you very seriously on your feelings. I have talked to you. I have sat there and tried to understand where you're coming from. I've took this in a very joking way as opposed to the normal dickish me that I would sit there and react to. Um, so trust me, if you actually know me like everyone else in the chat, you know this is literally the definition of me um, being nice and not the usual dick that I am. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of So Chat with Russ. Thank you, Jonathan. You have a great night. Ariana says, I'm going to have to look at who the members. Mel says, Albert, you think that this is a joke, but it's not. Yeah. You know what? As much as I would love to sit there and continue to unpack this, I do actually have a date with the restroom. So I'm gonna go there. I hope that I get to see you on Monday, Mel. And trust me, if you know who I am, if you know how I really am, you would know that even in my drunken state, okay, inebriated state, tipsy state, this is me actually being nice. So take that for what it's worth. All right, everyone, stay safe. I look forward to seeing everyone in the next hour. Are you laughing at me? Did I laugh one time in this chat? Okay, did I laugh in the last 15 something minutes? I don't think I did. All right, everyone. Mel, I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Hopefully, you can join. We will sit there and really just kind of get to the bottom of whatever this is. Because you know I'm there for you. Ariel says 2 minutes to go. Three. Spikequick says Albert, could you be given that Nina treatment? But Spikequick says Albert, you could be given that Nina treatment, but you're being really nice. Oh, I am trying. I am really, really trying. Ariel says, well, 3 hours. Well, yeah, I want to do 4 hours. I want to do 4 hours. So one day we're gonna sit there and really cook. Um, I want to do 4 hours, and I would love to 3 hours, but I'm only at like 13% of my battery. So last day says we made it to 3 hours. Spikequick says it's 2 hours and 51 minutes. Yeah, Spikequick is 2 hours and 47 minutes here, but the Mel says Albert, you are talking Darby and last day side by apologizing. uh Spikequick says only 9 minutes to go. Here's the thing. Okay, I'll tell you this much. I would love to sit there and just plug it back in, plug the battery back in, but I feel like um that would mess up the battery, and then I'll have to get a whole new battery. Um, all right, everyone. This thing is literally something telling me, yeah, okay. All right, everyone. Have a great night. I will see ya in the next live stream. If you are not a member, become a member. We're gonna sit there and just talk about this on Sunday. And thank you for spending your time with me on a Friday night. This was fun. Likewise, if you gotta go, you gotta go. It's not that I gotta go. It's well, one, I actually do have to go, but two, I'm like 11% of my battery. Yes, Spikewick, I will see you on Monday.